All right, so I'm doing this for my wife here. She's my audience. The rest of my audience is outside playing quietly. So 7.4 second, 97.8 miles per hour, 8th mile. It's pretty quick for a 35-year-old bike with an amateur rider on it. Yamaha VMAX was first debuted in 1985 and changed the way the world looked at cruiser-style bikes forever. And for 24 years, the VMAX was produced basically the same way. A true testament to how well it was engineered and how ahead of its time it was. In 2009, Yamaha came out with the second generation VMAX, which is one of the quickest production bikes on the road today. According to Cars Hub website, it's ranked third fastest of all time. 0 to 60 miles per hour at 2.5 seconds. The first only beating it by a fifth of a second. Since my wife won't let me get a second generation bike, today I will be informing you on the secret that makes this motorcycle one of the fastest production bikes of all time. And that's my bike. It's my lovely bike. There are two main ingredients that make the VMAX excel at what it does best, and that's going fast. The 1200cc V4 engine and the carburetor. For those who don't know, the carburetor was responsible for fuel and air delivery before fuel injection was ever invented. And that's the engine and the carburetor. Yamaha had already created the engine used for the VMAX for a touring bike that they created or produced in 1983 called the Yamaha Venture. It was a bulletproof engine and had a low maintenance cost, so they went with that. It was a 1200cc V4 and it was capable of producing 90 horsepower. With a few modifications, they were able to create more torque, higher compression, and more revolutions per minute, which transformed it to a hot rod engine known to power the VMAX. But before we get into the VMAX carburetor, let me describe to you the standard carburetor, what the standard carburetor was doing for bikes at this time. So one-cylinder engines have one carb on it. Two-cylinder engines or V-twin engine has either one carb or two carbs. So there you can see the single carb and then a twin carb, and that's a V-twin engine. On the inline four-cylinder engines, they have four carbs. Each individual carb feeds air and fuel into each individual cylinder. So that's the carbs, and then this is the engine. The VMAX is special though because it is a V-shaped engine with four cylinders. So the secret to the carb on the VMAX is called V-Boost. And the V-Boost is a system that opens a butterfly valve at 5,750 RPMs between each set of carbs. So each cylinder is pulling air and fuel from two carbs versus just one carb. This system adds 10% of the top power rating for the base engine. It's these two main components that put this bike above others of its time. So you can see the butterfly valve is, well, you can't see it, but it's in between this two set of carbs. And this is the actuator that opens them up. And then there's a valve right here that opens this up. So each carb is feeding each cylinder when you get above 5,700 RPMs. So in conclusion, Yamaha created a bike years ahead of its time, for its time in 1985. VMAX will go down in history for disrupting the motorcycle industry with a very quick, powerful, and well-designed bike. And you can trust me on that because I was the amateur in the video that took it down the strip. And then this is my first run ever. Actually, it's the second video of my first run because the first one I didn't even know how to start the light.